One of those unique places in Plymouth is a coffee shop called Espresso Elevado. They just celebrated their year anniversary, and Ashley Hennon had the opportunity to file this story.
Espresso Elevado is one of downtown Plymouth's quaint coffee bars, but it's also a microbean roaster. Inside, we spoke to owner Teresa Pillars about choosing fair trade beans, her roasting process, and brewing methods. She gives us a demonstration of the pour-over brewing style and tells us about her personal commitment to sustainability in her shop.
Well, we found that there's no comparison with the flavor and the extraction that you can gain from doing the pour-over method. We have an automatic brewer that we use for special events and catering and such, but the pour-over method allows you to control a lot more of the brewing parameters, so such as the temperature of the water. You should brew between 195 and 205, and we brew right at 204, and we heat up everything so it's the proper temperature so we can control that. We can grind everything fresh right before brewing and then pour in a small amount to create a bloom in the fresh roasted coffee, which is when the coffee is releasing its CO2 gas. Have a slight pause, and then we can continue our pour, so we can control a lot of the parameters and make sure that the flavor and the temperature and everything is optimal in the cup. The pour-over brewing is not brand new. It's been around since at least the 70s that I know of in this country, and they used to do it at home. Hippies used it, and it's kind of having a resurgence now, but a lot of these trends have come from the West Coast, so places like California, Portland, Seattle have started the trend, and now it's spreading this way, and a lot of quality-focused cafes are choosing this as their methods of choice. I take the sustainability and green aspect very seriously. We use all green cleaners in our shop because I don't want anybody in our environment to be exposed to harsh chemicals. We try to purchase mostly organic and also directly traded or fairly traded coffee because there's a person on the other end of the transaction and I don't want them to be exposed to chemicals. What else do? We try to compost a lot of our coffee. We also have a family that has chickens, and we take the chaff, which is a byproduct of our roasting, and we save that for them, and they put it in their chicken coops. So there's all kinds of little things that we're trying to do to be more sustainable. Fresh roasting on site is a huge part of what we do. It helps us control the quality of the product that we're putting out and put out the freshest possible product. And then the drinks we do are unlike any place else. We make our own syrups, we're using our fresh roasted beans, and we try to go toward the culinary end so that people are having less sugar but full of flavor. I would say my first exposure to coffee was in '94. I worked in a small coffee bar in Northville, and it struck my interest, but I did it as side jobs. In between jobs, I'd always go back to coffee. And I started making my first business plan about 10 years ago, and it just never came to fruition until everything came together. And about 3 years ago I started roasting, and then I ended up working at a great roastery in Ann Arbor called Mighty Good, and I got more experience. And then finally the site became available, and it was my dream spot. I love this site in Plymouth, and it all came together. And we work hard at it, and it's not only the quality in the cup, but the quality of the interactions with our customers. Most of them we know on a first-name basis. It's a pleasure getting to know them, and they're part of our lives now, and we know when they're on vacation, we know their families, so just getting to know people has been really rewarding.